Hey, welcome back to GA Country Boy Chronicles. Glad to have you back. I am your host, the GA Country Boy. I got a good, interesting story for you today. Let's get into it. I got a question for you guys. Have you ever went on a blind date? Well, this story takes me back, and that's the title of it, The Blind Date from Hell. I gotta tell you, being a country boy and growing up in the South, dating experience is very limited compared to being, say, in a big city like Los Angeles. It's not like the melting pot. Let's get into how the GA country boy had the worst blind date ever. So this takes place when I was 17 years old in the Marine Corps in Mississippi, and I got on fire watch. Fire watch meaning just making sure nothing happened, no one leaves or no one, breaks in, anything like that. I'm there. It's probably about 11 o'clock at night. I'm walking up and down the halls, and people are kind of going up and down in the actual barracks. And there was a payphone at the end of the hallway. So I'm trolling up and down. This phone ring. I'm not going to answer the phone. Why should I? It keeps ringing and ringing and ringing. And if you've ever dealt with a payphone, I'm sure if you're old enough, you know that there's no limit and it just goes to voicemail. So it just keeps ringing. So I decided to go back down to the end of the hallway again, pick the phone up. There's this nice, angelic, sweet voice. Hello, can I speak to Robert? I'm like, ma'am, you called a military base. It's the barracks. I don't know if we have a Robert. We go by last name. She instantly apologized. I'm sorry. I just know his first name. Okay, not a problem. She's like, hey, wait, before you go. Can I describe him to you? Maybe you could help me out trying to figure out where he is. Describe him to me. Sorry, ma'am. Don't have an idea. And then I'm getting ready to hang up. Wait. I'm like, okay. Do you think if I call back later, it'll be okay? Maybe he could possibly, he said he was going to come by the phone. You could do whatever you like, ma'am. But, okay, thank you. So, hung up, told a little bit, went downstairs, came back. Right before I was getting ready to get off. This was a Friday, 11 o'clock. Now it's about 12 o'clock. I think my shift changed. So the phone rings again, and it's just ringing. I'm like, okay, it can't be the same person. I walk over to it. I answer, and of course it is. Hello, is this the same gentleman I spoke to? Yes, this is. I guess the gentleman never showed up, or Robert never, whatever showed up. And she just goes into, I think you have a beautiful voice, blah, blah, blah. What's your first name? Where are you from? Just making small talk. So I'm getting ready to get off. So I started making small talk. Lo and behold, ended up invited to just come out, I'll cook dinner for you, just come on out. We'll just meet each other, have a good time. And I think the girl's name was Cynthia. Cynthia gave me an address and said, my place, come over, we'll have dinner. And I'm thinking like, okay, why not? Why not? 17 years old. And I'm just like, I joined the Marine Corps at 17. Why not take another adventure, right? I call a cab, and here I am, remind you, 17 years old, and we're not being paid heavily. At that moment, I think I may have had maybe, after paying the cab fee, probably I would say $12, $13 left. On the cab ride out, I was a little nervous, like thinking like, what am I doing? Where am I going? I just met this other person on the phone, and now I'm headed out to their home. But you know what? Like I said, if you can join the Marine Corps at the age of 17 and put your foot on those footprints and go through that, you could take a little adventure, right? Right. So I get to the place. I go up to the door, hit the doorbell, ding dong, nothing. I look around, look at the neighborhood. It's okay. It's not bad. I hit the doorbell again, ding dong. And all of a sudden, there's this light skin, long hair, beautiful eyes come to the door. I'm like, I instantly start smiling because I'm like, wow, Cynthia? She laughs. I'm like, why are you laughing? She laughs, and then she said, no, that's my aunt. I'm like, okay, your aunt. That's instantly kind of started to worry, but then I calmed down. How bad could it be if that's your aunt and you look like that? Then, that's all I'm saying. Let's go on with the story. And I'm like, okay, a little nervous chuckle. Okay. She said, I'll go get her for you. And while she leaves me at the door, and there's a screen door, and mind you, the screen door is still closed. She was talking through me through the screen door, and there's this guy walking up behind me, and he's like, excuse me. And I'm like, I turn around to halfway. He opens the door. He's like, says hi, and he walks in. And I fast forward, that was her niece's boyfriend. I'm like, cool. I guess he's lucky. So They talk for a quick minute and then they leave. And she's like, hey, come on inside and sit on the couch. I sit on the couch. And I'm going to describe the living room now. Their niece leaves and her boyfriend leaves. And you're sitting in the living room. There's a big floor model TV. That's back in the day, floor model TV. Then to the left, there's a dining room. And then further down, there's the kitchen, or like a room to go into the kitchen. And right in front, by the actual floor model TV, behind it, there was stairway leading up. So anybody's coming down, all you would see is their legs, and then they'd appear down at the bottom. So I'm sitting there, and I remember on the television, I think there was a sitcom show on, Jerry Springer or something like that. I don't have no clue. So I'm sitting there looking around, just trying not to be nosy, looking at everything. Everything's clean, well kept, and lo and behold, as you see feet coming down the stairs, you look and the ankles are cankles. They're pretty big, pretty big. Yes, the ankles, and just imagine every step. And then at the bottom of the stairs, dark, short hair, complete opposite of the niece, a booger bear from hell. It took everything in me to just be nice, just stay right there without running. I won't bore you with the details. I tried my best to sit through conversation and dinner. I got to a point where it was like, so are you going to stay or are you going to leave? And I'm thinking about, I only got that $12, $13 in my pocket. It took me about 22 to get here. I don't know how I'm gonna work this out. I can't do this. I can't. So just for the sake of the story, I'll fast forward. Dinner's over. She goes into her room. She says, here's a towel. Here's everything. Go into the bedroom. I'm going to say the bathroom. You could take a shower if you like. And, if you want to sleep on the couch or in my room, it's okay. So I'm sitting there contemplating. Guys, I'm going to make you laugh. Trust me, this is going to blow your mind. I go in the bathroom. I got the towel and I sit, close the toilet. I sit there on the toilet. Got a towel in my lap. I turn the water on like I'm running the bath water. I'm sitting there with my hands splashing the water, thinking and just panicking, like, what am I going to do? Can I jump out the window? Nah, I'm on the second floor and I can't see out the screen. I don't want to tear up her window. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to say? You got to man up. You got to do something. So I splash a little water. I come back, I said, they take my shoes off and act like I still put my clothes on after I finish just taking a bath. I come out. And I see her door cracked, and she's laying on the bed with her back to me. All I could think is, here's my moment. Here's my moment. You're probably thinking, like, moment for what? Let's see. And for you guys who haven't subscribed, please hit the like and subscribe button. You like what you hear, make sure you hit your notification bell so you can get these videos every time I do one. So back to the story. Here's my moment to escape. There's one problem. When I was walking up those stairs, they were very old. And I'm like, man, that's my problem. And I was thinking, like, how am I going to get down those stairs without her seeing me at this moment? So this is what the country boy do. Her door is cracked. I step by her door. I get on the second step and you hear, I pause for a moment. I don't hear anything. I take one more step to the third step down. And it does it again. And I hear her big, because she's big girl. I ran down the stairs, hit the wall, tried to open the door, had the chains on it. It bumped, boom, I had to unlock it, close it, ran down the street. I didn't look back. I don't know if she was in the door. I have no clue. All I know is I was running for my life. I felt like it. It felt like the moment just got bigger and bigger. You gotta go. So as I got down the street and I ran about, I said, 2 blocks through between a couple of neighborhoods, I started to get a little scared because I'm like, I don't know where the heck I am. I don't recognize any of this. But I get to a corner and there's a payphone and I was getting ready to go to the payphone to try to make a collect call because remember I only had like $12, $13 and I had no coins. But I was going to try, but I was walking to the payphone and there was a cab driver there. He just rolled up. Everything all right? And he said, you just look like you ain't from this neighborhood. I was like, nah, I'm really trying to get back to the base. He said, I can help you out with that. I was like, that he told me the price and I was like, I only got this. And he said, all right, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to do something for a military guy. So, keep your money. He took me back to the barracks and I got to tell you, I was happy to get back. That was the worst blind date I've ever been on. I don't think I've ever been on a blind date in my life besides that. When I say blind date, someone hooking you up and not like that. I'm just talking not knowing who the hell you're going to see on the other end. So I got to tell you, that's my advice to you is know who you're going to see, know what you're talking about, know who you're talking to. That's my story. That's my time. Guys, I'm out of here to the next one. Peace.